Lockdown, Chapter 3. Here we go again. Well, for those that aren't sure or genuinely they may have forgotten the current rules under national lockdown, this video is for you. But bear in mind that what I say in this video is not a complete list and is, non-exhaustive for that matter. So if you want to see the full list of rules, then in the description below is the link to the gov.co.uk website to explain all the rules under the national lockdown. However, there isn't really much change from the Tier 4 regulations that were previously in place for much of the southeast of England, and now for those that were put into Tier 4 following the close of Boxing Day. However, I'm still going to explain it anyway, even though I'm going to try and keep this video short and sweet, and I'm going to give my reaction as a second year uni student at the University of Sussex. So, for those that don't know already, if you cannot work from home, then you can still go to work. That's pretty much allowed. For those that can work from home, then you're strongly encouraged to do so. You shouldn't leave your house unless it's for essential reasons, such as shopping for groceries for yourself or a vulnerable person for that matter, or going to a GP, going to a bank or post office, or doing exercise. Speaking of exercise, you can only do it with one person from your support bubble, or you can do it from one person from your household. It's as simple as that, arguably. Social distancing rules, it's still 2 meters, or as the government like to put it, 1 meter plus, which involves if you wear a face mask or a face covering of some sort, then you're entitled to do so. Pretty much all foreign travel, unless you have a legitimate excuse to do so, that is pretty much banned at this very moment in time. For those that have parents that have split up and with kids that live in separate houses, effectively, you can still move between the two houses. Support by form of care for an elderly or vulnerable person, that is still allowed, just to name a few. There are numerous shops that still are closed at this very moment in time, such as beauty salons, non-essential retail, barbers, hairdressers, and gyms, even though they're not retail. I think you can all tell, but gyms are still closed, even though I'm deeply disappointed that they're closed. Universities as well, and I'll get onto education now. Universities and schools are pretty much closed unless, in the case of universities, you study a course which involves things like biomed or is essential for the future of this country, like such as education. That's another one I've nearly forgotten to name. Unless you study like a particular course that affects the future of this country, then pretty much uni classes are going to be online until mid-February. That's what we've been told, or from what I've heard. But that is it really. So pretty much online classes and Zoom classes, they're going to continue for quite a while now. Meanwhile, primary and secondary education, that is going online, practically speaking, unless children of key or critical workers are going into school, then schools are practically closed. But essentially speaking, we're back at the original lockdown of March last year, where all the schools are closed and nearly everything is shut down, but not quite. But is what it is. Sorry guys that I haven't provided a full list of things, of rules of what you can and can't do in this video. I have tried to keep this video short and sweet. However, as I mentioned, I'm going to give my honest opinion as a second year student at the University of Sussex, and I'm not going to use this video to try and like dig out the uni or kind of like criticize them, but in all honesty, I just think the whole situation is just a sheer mess at the minute, because I don't know if you guys know, but essentially I've been lucky enough to stay at home and manage to do uni online at the minute. However, I'm going to be honest with you that online teaching, even though yes, I'm getting some form of education, it's still not the same as having it in person. And I don't want people to feel like extra sympathy or extra empathy for me. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this at all or not, but I don't know about you guys, but I feel as if my relationships between people, to an extent, they've regressed since the start of virtual teaching because of the fact that I've not been able to see people in person. And like I said, don't feel sorry for me because at the same time, I did make the decision to stay at my home in the summer, but I've noticed that over time that my relationships between my peers has tended to struggled in the last few months. However, I would urge you guys, whenever possible, just reach out to people. Like I've done it, and don't be afraid to do so. Just say to people, "Hey, how's your day going?" Or "Hey, do you want to catch up or have a Zoom call?" Like, dare I say a Zoom call, but just catch up, call people, talk to people whenever possible. Honestly, like talking with people is possibly one of the best things that you can do at this very moment in time when it seems as if that we're separated from everybody else. However, the truth is we're never that far away from people. So for those that haven't already, I would strongly encourage you guys to kind of just reach out to people from time to time, just see how they're doing. But have to say, the University of Sussex, it's been a bit of a weird situation at this moment in time because of the fact that societies as a whole, they've kind of crumbled. Well, majority of them have seemed to have crumbled at this very moment in time and have struggled to try and get members from what I'm hearing from other society members. And at the same time, a lot of people have kind of gotten angry over the fact that the teaching experience is just simply not the same. And sometimes the staff have had issues with IT, people have occasionally had issues with putting themselves on mute or accidentally turning their cameras on when they haven't needed to. But honest opinion, I'm not surprised that we're back at this stage again, considering that after all we've been through, and at the same time, I think everybody wants this to end. I myself want it to end. But even though I've kind of gotten over the fact that we're in lockdown again, at the same time, this isn't really beneficial to the long term health of our country, and this just simply cannot continue. But hopefully, we'll come back swinging at some point. But the thing is, as I mentioned though, guys, please reach out to other people whenever possible. If you want to speak to any mental health charities, then I'll provide some links in the description below, as per usual, like the Tier 4 rules video that I released in December. But on that note, guys, that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to reach out to people from time to time, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, guys, peace out.